I know you're like, a video? Yes, a video. Hush. Now, this whole concrete situation is very wild, and I kind of just wanted to break it down as simple as I can. This is gonna be a short video, maybe. I am working on a return video, but this is something to hold y'all over, yada yada. Goddamn, stop yapping. Okay, I will. If I had a damn dollar for every time that I predicted the future about something in hip-hop, I'm rich, nigga. You know the rest. Now, what's gonna have to happen in order for me to explain this entire situation? I'm gonna have to go back like a month or two. Technically, a few years. I'm gonna try my best to provide the context that you clearly need, because Caribou, Lil Yachty, everybody attached to this situation is crazy. So if you don't know what Concrete Boys is, basically it's a record label that was started by Lil Yachty, you know, all the way back in 2020. Now, the current Concrete Boys you may know right now is not what it's always been, actually. You know, before it was quote unquote the Sailing Team, LOL. And this group had some people you may or may not know, like Cody Shane, K Supreme, Bayou or BU? I don't know. And J-Band's Two Turn, which, by the way, the only thing I remember about J-Band's is that one song with him and Yachty and Pump on it, the walked in ready, but you walked in ready. That's still a banger to this day, I ain't gonna lie. Either way, the Sailing Team is basically Concrete Boys V1, and that didn't work out because, well, they were really lazy. Now, you know, I was not in the Sailing Team or around Yachty around this time, so I legitimately don't know if this is really how it went, but this is what he had to say.
Like the whole Sailing Team. Was it hard, like dealing with that?
I was spending so much money,
yeah,
like almost $1 million trying to like create this company out of my own money.
Right.
And they didn't want it for themselves. They just were really lazy.
Right.
Not even like a thing where they were like envious or jelly. They were just really lazy.
So anyway, later down the road now with Concrete Boys in 2024, this group consists of Draft Day, DC2 Trill, Camo, and Caribou. Well, formerly Caribou. Almost a month ago, right? Yachty basically confirms that Caribou is no longer in Concrete Boys because the weirdos who check her account every day had noticed that she didn't follow a single person in Concrete except for DC.
We have split ways with Kara as far as this Concrete shit. I don't have nothing to say, nothing bad to say, nothing negative to say.
Now notice, he says, I don't have anything bad or negative to say about Caribou. Keep that in mind, right? So apparently Caribou was getting some biscuits from Red Lobster, which is low-key real, of course, and comes across a fan who basically asked, why'd you leave Concrete Boys? And her response to that was, well, actually, they kicked me out and they were bullying me. This was in a series of deleted tweets, which is a whole mess in and of itself, but if I explained every part of this entire story, this video would be like an hour, and I ain't doing all that. Basically, after this girl went to Twitter to basically spill all of Caribou's business or whatever, this opened up Pandora's box. Now, I want to add in the fact real quick before we move any further that Yachty was already getting shit on in the media because basically he thinks he knows everything about fashion and says that Atlanta is the pioneers for fashion or something like that, which is a load of shit, by the way, seeing as he literally looks like he's from New York. But that's neither here or there. I mean, I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to fashion, but actually, nah, bro, I'm not finna let this shit slide. You talking about Atlanta, bro? Like, you said, I got nothing but love for New York and New York fashion. And with that being said, I am gone from the internet. And here you are on the fucking internet again. Stay your ass off the internet with these dumbass takes, nigga. Atlanta versus New York with fashion? We're not doing this. And I don't even like New York. That's how you know I mean what I'm saying right now, nigga. Like, bro, all of your fits are New York inspired. You wear Timbs in almost every fit. So what are we doing here? Like, bro, with this picture right here, does he look like he's from Atlanta, skinny jeans capital, or New York? Like, damn it. It's gonna make me go back to my old ways on this video, yelling and shit. I'm so off topic, Jesus Christ. Atlanta, Yachty? No. Oh, and also, he's getting shit on in the media as well other than the Caribou stuff because him and his best friend have a podcast, which I'm sure you've at least seen a thumbnail of before, where basically they just talk about random topics or bring in celebrity guests and interview them or whatever. And on this one particular episode of the podcast, Yachty basically suns his best friend in public and says, without me, you wouldn't have a career and you'd be a broke bum and, you know, Now, it's not insane on Yachty's part for knowing this, it's just insane for him doing it on the show, like in public, for thousands of people to see, you know, it's just rude. Now, it was taken out of context because they started talking about jobs or whatever and how you need one, but like, keep in mind that on that exact same podcast, Key Glock is smoking his dope or whatever, and Yachty's punk ass clearly has a problem with it, but doesn't actually do anything. He just makes jokes about how bad it smells, but doesn't do anything. Just wanted to point that out. If you want to go see it, for some reason the episode is still out while I'm recording this. Anyway, Caribou, now knowing that everyone knows why she's actually not in Concrete Boys, goes on a Twitter rant that is now deleted, of course, unfortunately, basically saying everyone in Concrete other than DC treated her like shit and made her the butt end of every joke and simply just didn't respect her. So as you can see, Yachty's kind of got his back up against the wall right now. Some other media outlet also pointed out that Drake unfollowed him or whatever, and it's just like, you know, what's going through his head is probably like, damn, what do I do? So like an idiot, he basically goes on IG Live and begins to just spill everything that's going on, saying he broke Caribou's verse for the On The Radar freestyle, which he did, because he literally had the reference track still on his phone. He says she owes him almost $1 million, and how he basically let her live with him for free. Oh, and don't forget the fact that he also styled her and all the other members of Concrete. And also, on that same live, he says, fuck Mitch, who is his best friend from the podcast or whatever that we spoke about earlier. And fuck the podcast, you know, just crashing out basically. And I get it, he was probably just angry. He probably didn't mean the fuck the Mitch thing and the podcast thing. That's probably still gonna continue. Either way though, this is all fucking crazy. I didn't even mention the fact that K Supreme had laughing emojis for this, so it seems like there is an issue there that not a lot of people probably know about. Now, I can give you an unbiased opinion because frankly, I'm not a huge fan of Yachty or Caribou. DC Too Trill though, please do not let any of this stop you from making music. Anyway, I just find it really stupid that in order to fight the shitty friend allegations, you choose to go on live and be a shitty friend. You know, with the claims he made like, oh, I put the 808, well, hold on, let me do his voice. Oh, I put the 808 specifically here, so everyone would be like, oh, the girl is the craziest one. You know, this is fodder, bro. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but nigga, who cares? Because at the end of the day, isn't that your job as the label's leader? You're supposed to do certain things a certain way, especially when there's only one damn girl in the group. I think, because I keep seeing that there's another girl. I could be wrong here. I probably look so stupid right now. Whatever. I mean, two of the people in this group rap pretty closely to how Yachty does, and it just seems like he knows exactly what he wants to do with this group, and he wants it to go in a very certain direction, down to the literal way they dress and they're perceived. Like, if you're gonna take on a few artists and be like, hey y'all, I'm gonna make you guys a star, then why are you bringing up the fact that you're doing all this to make them a star? Do you get what I mean? Like, this is working backwards. You're basically saying, I'm the big dog, you're not, so sit down. Now, I left this part out towards the end, you know, before I give my true opinion, but apparently Caribou is really not that great of a person to begin with.
I let you live in my house. I let you live in my house for free. I let you live in my house for motherfucking free. When you was disrespecting my home security and telling them that they beneath you and that they better shut the fuck up and watch this house because they work for you when they work for me. Same way you talk to people at the label, same way you talk to the touring person, the touring manager, which I have every receipt on how you talk to people in group messages. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Interesting. And with enough research with what he claims here, it's probably true. But all this has done for Yachty himself is cause people to really discuss what his place in the rap game actually is. Cause yes, if you remember, he definitely had the fall off allegations and beat them badly. But in my personal opinion, I think that Yachty thinks he's bigger in rap than he actually is. And I'm not saying he's not shit. His influence is undeniable, truly, even I'll say it. But he be acting like he knows everything just because him and Drake, one of the biggest rappers in the world, were butt buddies at one point. It just seems like he's complaining about a problem that he literally caused himself. I don't know, man. It's just like, at the end of the day, I feel more bad for the people who were indirectly disrespected by this. And it's so crazy because Yachty said hip hop is in such a bad place or whatever, but like, thanks, man, you're really doing your part right now, big bro. While I was working on this video, Caribou actually responded to everything that was going on here, and I'll just read it for you if you're not looking. Can I get some sad music, by the way? I'll never forget this feeling. This chapter of my life, I'll never be the same. I'll never forget who wasn't there for me. I done chomped people out, spent my last, slapped folks for niggas, Why does she say nigga? I ride every time naturally, but that's just how I am. Nobody owe me shit, to be honest. I'm just taking a mental note. I can't even look at most people the same way. To know the truth and watch a grown man with over 12 million followers overly lie on my name or publicly bully me for literally no reason at all while I silently been conquering all the shit niggas been throwing at me this whole time behind closed doors, I'll never ignore the signs again. And I will never stop no matter how much they hate me. I never throw rocks, and you have my number, you big grown bitch. Leave me alone, literally. At Lil Yachty. I never said nothing about you know? But what I wanted to point out here is that it says the character is gonna speak for itself. Now, I've been seeing funny like TikToks about people basically saying, oh, like if Yachty gives you $4, he's gonna like basically like slap the shit out of you 5 years from now or whatever. But like, it's just like, I don't know, this whole situation is stupid, and Caribou, just, you know, shut the fuck up next time. Just be quiet. Like, I'm so tired of these artists being in some sort of issue and making the mistake of trying to explain themselves. Like, if you just shut the fuck up, I promise the perception of you is not gonna have ammo used against it, you know, because you didn't say anything. It's always the better option to just shut up. And Lil Yachty, you're not as big as you think you are. You're not. Like, I get it, you're rich or whatever, and you're very successful, but I just feel like he thinks he's a gatekeeper when in all reality, he's not. Okay? He's not a gatekeeper. And with that said, there's for sure two sides to the story, but it low-key seems like something else going on between these two. But I ain't gonna go there. LOL. I'm UVXCX. Later.
Real did a million views 7 times, it ain't rare. Just bust a nut, that's why I hate perks, I wanna fuck again. Hit them in this shit, put them to sleep, somebody took them in. Doors open up the other way, what kind of truck we in? You wanna join the ghetto boy clique, we gotta jump you in. I want my bitch ass and fuck her friend, I know they hurt her.